Hey everyone, it's Lori from eFlirt Expert on She's the CEO. And this week we're talking about business books that inspire us. And I'm just going to give you a little warning. I love learning through books. I get so inspired. But the things that often affect me the most in my business life are not traditional business books, but they're just as relevant, if not more, than some of the business books I read. So I'm adding them to my top 5 list. Um, so my first book is a business book, though. It's Delivering Happiness by Tony Hsieh. It's about the CEO of Zappos and his story of his entrepreneurial journey. It is incredible. I started reading it on a Saturday. I got so inspired, and then I realized it was a Saturday and that I wasn't supposed to be working, and I couldn't stop working because I was so inspired. So I had to put it down and make a rule that I could only read it during the week. But I had many small epiphanies while reading. Also, The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. And The Tipping Point is great because it is all about, um, I find it really fascinating what we as consumers grab onto and what makes things sticky and what resonates with us. And that's really what this book is all about. Um, okay, now this is a non-traditional one to the max. Um, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron is my next book. And let me tell you, it's a very emotional journey. It's a 12-week course actually through a book, but it is all about learning yourself, unblocking yourself creatively. Actually, I bet it would be great for aspiring entrepreneurs who are still trying to figure out what they're passionate about and what they should do. And it is all about learning you. And I think that knowing yourself as an entrepreneur is one of the most important things. You can't doubt yourself for a second. This book is great. Okay, my next, I think, is one of the underdogs of the business book world, but something that everyone should read. Everyone. It's Micro Trends by Mark J. Penn with E. Kinney Zalinsky. Maybe? Micro Trends is the small forces behind tomorrow's big changes. And that's really true. It's all about the 1% of the population that is happening in our society that maybe you don't even know about. And I think especially in your marketing for your business, it is so relevant. Like, for example, the working retired. Like, people are retiring. They're not retiring. They're continuing to work part or full time. And so how does that change how you reach out to that age group and maybe the way that you build your product? It's all about little trends like that. It's not just the working retired, but I really recommend that book. And then my last one is Richard Branson, Business Stripped Bare. And it's actually signed. Should I show you? Ta-da! But Richard Branson is really inspiring to me because his brands, there are millions. Okay, maybe not millions, but he has a lot of brands. And they're all so interconnected in some strange ways sometimes, and sometimes in overt ways. But I think the sort of Virgin empire that he's built is incredible. And this is all about things that he's learned throughout his entrepreneurial life that he thinks are important to business. I love learning through stories, learning through things like this, and delivering happiness. Those are the kinds of things that I gravitate towards, but I'd love to hear what kinds of things you like. And I would love to learn from you too and hear what you're reading, and maybe I'll read it because I'm definitely looking for a couple new books for my shelf. So comment below or tweet us at Team She's a CEO or me at eFlirt Expert, and I will talk to you next week. Until then, have an inspiring week and get a lot accomplished. Talk to you soon.